sides, and now we got to go to the defense, where things have kind of been up and down.
We're never okay with a loss of a game or a loss on a play. Like, it's not okay, but we have to understand, like, great things take time. You learn from being exposed sometimes.
Yeah, you learn from being exposed sometimes. Let's start with the positives. Jackson, what have you seen them improve on so far this season?
Yeah, recently I think the biggest thing they've done a better job at is forcing some turnovers. Because against Miami, they were able to force 0 turnovers against the Hurricanes. That's pretty tough. Then versus A&M, Leonard Moore got the team's first interception. Then last week, it was looking a little bit better.
Yeah, they had Christian Gray have an interception. Freshman safety Dallas Golden had an interception as well. I know Marcus Freeman talked about him being a star for this team going forward. So to see this team have 2 turnovers against Purdue, especially getting better in the second half, is just huge news for them.
They also forced a fumble. They didn't recover it, but I mean, that still is really...
Still a stat.
Exactly. All right, let's go over to the rush defense. I also thought that was a lot better versus the Boilermakers. Against Miami, it was 134 rushing yards. Against A&M, it was 128. Against the Boilermakers, it was barely anything.
Yeah, I know they had a rushing touchdown Purdue did later on in that game, but I mean, I talked about it earlier. Boilermakers only had 76 rushing yards with a 2.7 yards per rush, so I mean, big step right there for Notre Dame.
Exactly. The Purdue was never really able to get anything going on the ground at all. But as we all know, it hasn't been completely positives for the Irish defense. They currently rank 118th in the country, allowing 32.7 points per game. What do you think's been going wrong with them right now?
Yeah, definitely. Giving up explosive plays is the biggest thing. This past defense has been atrocious. Notre Dame was 132nd in the country, allowing over 289 passing yards per game.
Yeah, their secondary, just from what I've seen, they've looked confused. They're not getting enough pressure on the quarterback. That doesn't really allow them to play well in the secondary if the quarterback has so much time to throw this football. They're looking at each other saying who has that assignment, who has what assignment. Plus Leonard Moore, he's dealing with an injury. He's still dealing with it coming into this week. He's questionable. It just made this problem even worse.
Yeah, and definitely Purdue had, I know they threw for over 300 yards in that game, so something that they're still trying to figure out. And Arkansas can take advantage of that. Taylor Green, he's thrown for 1,191 yards, which is 8th in the country, plus 12 touchdowns, which is also 3rd.
Yeah, you also can't forget that he's a great runner. He's averaging over 8 yards per carry. That's some pretty good numbers right there. Against A&M, Marcel Reed used his legs to rush for 37 yards, yes, but also extend plays. Think that 4th down for the game-winning touchdown. That is exactly what Notre Dame cannot face again, and that's what they're going up against this week, looking like Jeremiah Love right there. And Marcus Freeman talked about this matchup with Taylor Green this week.
The ability to read and pull it, like, you got to be definitive in how you want to defend that. You can't be gray. You got to be definitive on how you want to defend that. But in the pass game, you can't let him escape vertically.
So it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup. A defense that's been struggling, and offense that looks really good.
I know, they both kind of mirror each other, right? Arkansas and Notre Dame, and I love how you mentioned Marcel Reed because it's another dual-threat quarterback.
And Taylor Green has a lot more experience and also a lot bigger. Really going to be tough to bring him down. I think 6'6" is what I saw him at. All right,